Most people aren't that talented. It's a harsh truth, but it's better to rip that band-aid off right now. You probably don't have the kind of talent that your favorite creators do, but would it surprise you to hear that that's completely expected and even a good thing? With a little bit of strategy, you can emulate the successes of others on this platform or in any endeavor. If you pay attention, and I mean really pay attention, change your mindset, and stick around to hear the big secrets I'm about to lay on you, you can completely change your destiny when it comes to YouTube creation, any artistic endeavor, or whatever dream you want to chase. Let's begin. First up, let me tell you a quick story. For a while in high school, I played soccer. My heart really wasn't in it, and I can't even really remember why I joined, to be honest. It quickly became clear that there were a lot of people that were more talented than I was on the team. One of my friends, we'll call him Alex, had a twin brother named Jordan who was especially good at the sport. I mean, this kid was a phenom, and I kind of just assumed he was naturally talented. Eventually, I ended up getting cut from the team, which worked out for me because at that time I was getting more focused on creating videos with my friends and performing with local bands. I was still friends with a few of the guys on the team, including Alex, though. One time he came to one of our shows, and we were all hanging out afterwards, and I was telling him that he should make a band of his own, but he kind of just blew it off because he didn't have any interest. I remember kind of joking with him, saying, well, Jordan, your brother, got all the talent in soccer, maybe you got talent in something else. And to be honest, his response really caught me off guard. He said, Jordan isn't more talented than I am. He just wants it more. I asked him what he meant, and he went on to explain that they both had been playing soccer from a very young age. But Jordan really took an interest in the sport. He had his parents put him into different rec leagues, sometimes against grown men when he was still a kid, just so he could play and improve his skills year-round. At our high school, he was always the first one to show up to practice and the last one running his own drills after we were released for the night. Jordan put himself fully into playing soccer and focused on it a lot more than other people realized. It was at that point my perspective on the concept of talent kind of shifted. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think that talent exists, at least not in the traditional way that most people define it. Talent isn't something you're born with or not, but rather a culmination and result of multiple choices to improve, made over a long period of time. Most people don't see the process of honing those skills, and thus just assume that the person demonstrating them is naturally gifted. As the old saying goes, you never see all the hours that the musician rehearses. You just see the moment that they perform live on stage in front of an audience. There's also that famous story about Pablo Picasso's napkin. Legend has it he was doodling in a cafe while he was waiting for his food. And when the waitress finally arrived with his order, she asked if she could keep the napkin he was drawing on because she was a huge fan. Picasso asked her for something like $1 million for it. And she was like, "Are you nuts? That much for something that only took you 5 minutes?" Old Pablo replied with the sickest line any painter has ever said. "It didn't take me 5 minutes to draw that. It took me 40 years to be able to draw that in 5 minutes." So if we apply this reframing of what it means to be talented to the process of working on YouTube or any other creative endeavor, we can understand that your favorite creators didn't just pop out the womb with these special skills that they demonstrate in their videos. Sure, they may have natural strengths, like being naturally charismatic or creative, but a majority of their skills were something that they trained and practiced over hours that we never see. No one is born a copywriter, or an editor, or a cinematographer, or a streamer. These are all skills that you learn, develop, and master over time. Hell, you can even train yourself to be more charismatic and creative if you find you struggle in those areas. Human beings are capable of learning and doing amazing things, but most people don't see the behind-the-scenes work that goes into raising the stats in our chosen skills. They just see the end product, and notice that it's outside the realm of what they could possibly pull out of their asses at any given moment. And thus they rationalize in their mind by saying, oh, this person's just talented, I guess. Don't do this. Sure, MrBeast has amazing videos that are well-scripted, creative, eye-catching engagement traps. But he didn't start from this. None of your favorite creators or artists started from where they are currently. So comparing yourself to them is a huge pitfall that will stop your momentum before it even starts. Watch them, learn from them, emulate the things that you think they do well that gel with your personality, but never steal things full out or let the successes of someone who has done this thousands of times rob you of the joy of creating your first video. The only person you should be critiquing your work against is your past self, so that you can improve each and every time you make something. That way you build up your skills and become a better creator. After you post a video or create something, go back a few days later and look at it with a critical eye. Pick one or two things you think you could do better on next time, and then make an effort to improve those in your next attempt. Small incremental changes will help you improve so much over time. And after 50 or 100 videos, your output will be literally unrecognizable compared to where you started when you made your first one. Even someone who has been creating content for years can find things that they can tweak and improve. So there's always something to work at. And honestly, that's one of the things I love about being a creator. If you are like me, and I think you may be, you will thrive at the challenge of improving yourself over time and will be so satisfied once you get to a place where you can look back on all the work you've done and see how far you've come. At the end of the day, relying on your own drive and determination is a far safer bet than hoping that you're just naturally inclined towards something. Never settle. Consistently look to grow and improve. And remember, talent isn't something that you have to be born with. It's a skill that you can study, practice, and improve. And if you master this process of growth, it will not only help you with your content creation, but it will also help you live your best life possible. I truly believe you can do this. So let's keep pushing each other to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And as always, make sure you eat well, stay hydrated, take care of yourself and those around you. And I'll see you in the next one, friends.